It's spooky Saturday night, so we're going to react to Bizarre Bub. So scary compilation number 93. Let's do this.
On July 1st of 2024, an ambulance driver stands far away from his vehicle while sounding immensely terrified. According to the driver, he had to pull over immediately, as it was just then that something baffling had occurred. In his own words, he was driving back to base when suddenly he saw something in the back of the ambulance. Upon realizing what it was, he stops the vehicle and jumps out in a panicked state. Now, due to a lack of parking, he parks the ambulance inside an alleyway, but even from a distance, he can't seem to look away from the truck. Clearly, something has left him deeply unsettled.
Oh, hell no.
The following is his footage. Take a look.
Alright, so I'm not sure how to talk about this, but well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and like, I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So
his ride along.
So like, as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror. Like, I need to turn this engine off though, cause like we're gonna be stranded out here.
And there's graffiti, so I know it's not a good part of town.
It's like, I don't want to get closer.
I'm not trying to go back in this truck.
I'm trying to not get that close.
Come on, Cletus. Get up in there.
That's scary. If someone's sitting in the front, I'm gonna freak out. Hell no. The fuck?
That man bounced.
No, he on it. I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like it just, like it just flew open. Like
focus.
Can y'all?
What was that?
Nah,
dude.
what the?
What was that?
Can y'all see it?
No. There it goes again.
Nah, hell no. That nah.
It's no wonder why the EMT was immensely afraid of going back to the ambulance.
But
Something
it's an ambulance.
appears to have been inside.
So, like, people
Although we
have
don't
died
see
in
a
there.
face as the EMT claims to have seen earlier, we do see what looks like a shadowy figure moving back and forth. It appears to dart from side to side, as if being stuck inside. The EMT driver thinks that whatever this was had been the culprit behind the cabinet door swinging open on its own, which he says had been the loud thump heard inside. But as for the mysterious face he'd seen earlier, that remains a mystery. Some believe that maybe this may have been the spirit of a deceased individual who unfortunately passed away inside the ambulance. While many think this, others have no idea what this could have been. Whether ghost or something else, the EMT was just glad to have someone from work pick up the truck. To this day, the question remains, just what exactly had been inside the ambulance?
Y'all gonna have to put me in a different freaking bus, man.
That looks like they're in the hood, so I don't blame the man for being spooked.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell what was in the ambulance, so.
Okay, so people die in ambulances like all the time. So if it was a ghost, it'd make sense.
People die at the fair.
People die at the fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always said if there is going to be a spirit, it's likely the spot that they die that they would end up haunting because they haven't passed on. That's why I say cemeteries are kind of
Redundant.
Yeah,
Like, why would they be there?
Yeah, why would they evolve? Why would they would go back to their old home or somewhere they're familiar with? But a cemetery, you're already dead. You've been dead for days. But the back of an ambulance, I mean, it would track. But yeah, I mean, without being able to see anything, I believe he
based
saw
off
something.
of his reaction,
Yeah,
he
wasn't
saw
faking.
something.
He wasn't
No.
faking that. So I believe the man. Yeah, but they're in the hood. Could be a crackhead. Could have been a crackhead got in that ambulance. I don't know. I have no explanation for that one. They quick.
They fast.
Yeah.
They fast.
They in there digging for something they can sell at the pawn shop or trade for a rock. So never rule out the crackhead.
Never rule out a crackhead.
In the following video, 3 friends are alone at home when one friend decides to call their mom after something scary had occurred.
I should be home in about 10 minutes. I need you to stay calm though, okay?
Okay,
So calm, quiet, keep the door locked. Alright, do not go out of the room whatsoever.
All 3 friends are locked up in this room, and for good reason. Earlier, they heard a loud crash from downstairs and other noises emanating from all over the house. They had thought someone had broken in, which is why the police were called.
Did it sound glass? Was it metal? What did it sound like?
I thought it was just like a big thud, and
So you heard glass shatter.
yeah.
Now this is where things start to get strange, because apparently, after searching the whole place, the police found no signs of forced entry or any clues to suggest that someone broke into the house. With no indications of any trespassers, the police leave the property. However, after watching the footage recorded by one of the friends, the teens noticed something very alarming. Before the police arrived, all 3 friends decided to investigate the noises and presumably take matters into their own hands if needed.
said,
But during this
"We
time,
armed."
something happens that
You
prompts
come
the
in, I'll
friend who
hit you
lives in
with
this
this
house to
hairbrush.
grab his dog and pack his things. They were spooked, to say the least. This is what they caught.
Okay, it's fine.
There's somebody
Okay.
there they can have.
Okay.
Alright, I'll see you soon. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mom said to stay in our room, keep the door locked. Woo. Nah. Get the bats.
If you're that scared, why aren't you armed? Grab a baseball bat.
Look, one of them's got a hockey stick.
Oh, okay. Well, he's the only one thinking. But then they run upstairs.
Said screw that.
Apparently, one of the friends had noticed something moving in the dark. Although we don't see it on camera, something else is seen that none of the friends had noticed until watching this video much later. In case you missed it, this is what was caught.
Dude.
What is it?
I don't know. Looks like someone walking by.
Eerily, something can be seen moving behind the railing. In a swift motion, this mysterious object passes by without making a sound. It almost seems to be floating, given how it seemingly glides. But by far, the creepiest thing about this is that a face can be made out. It's hard to see at first, but watching this again, certain
Oh, I
features
can
that a
see-
face would have can be seen
I
briefly.
can see a nose.
Its uncanny motion and closeness to the ground have led the group to believe that a ghost was caught on camera.
It's headless
To
Nick.
them, it looks as though a floating head had passed by. If only they had seen this before the police arrived. As they state, who
Poor
knows what
cops.
they would have said about this. While the supposed shadowy figure they saw was enough to scare them, this would have definitely scared the living daylights out of them.
Yeah.
Now, up until now, there haven't been any updates, but until then, let me know your thoughts on this one.
Tough kids with the hockey stick. Whap whap.
I mean, come on, guys. When I was their age and my friends, that is not how we would act if that's what, we heard. There'd be some grabbing bats. I mean, kudos to the kid with the hockey stick.
Come on, dude. The guy with the hairbrush? Come on, what you gonna do? Fling it at him?
But we're not going to be walking through there talking about, like, hey man, who's here?
Consider the times.
Yeah.
Consider the times.
Gen X. We don't play these games. We were left alone at age 7, latchkey kids. Wouldn't be no cops called. I promise you that. We wouldn't have to call the cops because we'd have dealt with whatever was in that house.
What's so great about being a woman is when I was a teenager, all we had to do was send my brother in there. Have fun, Red. You go on.
But you can definitely tell the difference between the generations because they freaked out way more than my generation would have. Whoever was in that house, if somebody was in that house, they'd have got out of there quick because we'd have been coming loaded for bear. Let's do this. Let's go. They're on the phone with mommy talking about, hey, when
Just
you
letting you
coming
know.
We heard a noise. Okay, baby, I'll be home in 10 minutes. Okay, mommy, hurry.
Thing to do with the hockey stick had the
On a
better
Thursday afternoon,
end of the
a
deal.
mother walks out of a house in a panic frenzy, as it was just then that something baffling had occurred. Outside on the back patio, the family's dog started acting strange. They were barking at something that didn't appear to be there. Although unfazed by the dog's behavior, considering that they often do this in the back patio, the mother decides to record this video, and for good reason. Whenever their dog starts to act up, something very strange happens. As the mother takes this video to show others what usually happens, this is captured.
Look, you guys, it rocks, but then it stops on its own when I come outside. Let's see if I could get it on camera. There's like no wind. That's I know, Blue, someone's there, huh? I know. I don't know why it does that. It does it every time, you guys. This is the 3rd time. I can't believe I caught it on camera. Sick 'em, Blue.
The dog's like, oh.
Creepy, right? Katie, I guess I do have a ghost, bitch. Get
I
him,
was
Blue.
like, do you think I'm
I'm
dope?
shutting the door.
As many have stated, if it wasn't
Like,
for the
I'm a
dog's
Shih Tzu.
reaction,
What are you
this
talking
wouldn't have
about?
been as strange. Clearly,
I bark.
something had set off the dog. The chair suddenly stopping on its own, coupled with the dog's behavior, has led viewers to believe that this was paranormal. The mother who took this thinks so, but any ideas on what exactly had been on the chair remains unknown. Whether supernatural or not, this video remains a mystery.
El Diablo.
Now, how do we know she didn't go push that chair, run back to the door, and go, watch, it's going to stop? Well, yeah, that's gravity.
Fair enough.
The dog barked. It's a little barking-ass dog. That's why I don't like little barking-ass dogs. They bark at everything. You could fart, and they'd start barking at it. So, I mean, I don't know. This one here,
I don't know. It could be, it could not be. We never know.
it's happened. It's the 3rd time it's happened where it starts rocking, and as soon as I walk out, it stops. There's no wind. Yeah, we're aware, because if there was wind, it would keep rocking.
Now, this next video was suggested to me by someone who wishes to remain anonymous. According to them, they had found this video on social media with little to no context. It seems to have been posted by someone who was either at a clinic or a hospital sitting patiently in the waiting room. However, something about this space just seems off. The person who took this seems to have been waiting here for quite some time, with no one else around. Lacking other people in this room, the video gets a whole lot strange when this is captured.
A whole lot
Take a look.
strange.
Dude.
Somehow, a shadow appears with no one else around. The whole space is entirely devoid of any patience, yet strangely, a silhouette is cast. Initially, it seems as if the shadow was cast by someone off camera, but when the person filming pans the phone to show the whole space, no one is there. No person or object is moving like the shadow on the wall, and neither is there anyone or anything disappearing before reappearing again. The shadow seems to be something of its own. While it's hard to say what exactly was caught on camera, the mystery alone has led many to believe that this may just be something beyond explanation. But as always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
It's not anyone walking outside.
I don't know about that one.
There's nobody walking outside, because that was my first thing, is it's a window, maybe it's just a reflection or like the shadow from someone outside. There's nobody outside.
Well, I mean, if it's a shadow, it's going to be somebody that would have to be further towards the wall.
Yeah.
Because it's a small shadow. I mean,
And it goes in and out.
Yeah. So I don't have an answer for that one. And they, started the video by saying, they were alone in a hospital. Then first thing that pops up is nurses in the background. So,
well, they were the only patient in the hospital, in the waiting room. That's what they meant, I think. But the only thing is, when they pan over, there is like an elevator or a door or something at the end. So maybe it could have just been coming from someone on the other side of the door, because you can't see if it's open or not. It could be open and someone's just pacing back and forth, but it doesn't explain why it keeps like fading in and fading out.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, if I was there, I could probably formulate an explanation to it, but I wasn't.
If we knew the blueprints of the hospital.
Well, I mean, if I was standing there and taking the video,
yeah, it'd be easier to
I could probably
decipher.
break down what is causing that. But because we're not there, it's just hard for me to say. I'm not going to jump to the ghost. I'm okay with them calling it paranormal, because all that is abnormal. And I'm okay with that. You can call it paranormal because it's not.
It doesn't.
You don't have an explanation.
Necessarily mean it's a ghost.
No, I don't know their truth, so whatever.
On June 4th of 2024, a video was taken inside a public restroom where something pretty creepy took place. The man who recorded this is known as Axel Loza, and based on his voice alone, you can tell that he's deeply troubled by something. Axel states that no one else is in the restroom except him. Now this is odd, considering that he just heard noises coming from one of the stalls, but each one is empty. So, as an attempt to get this on camera, he begins to record and captures this.
That's a nasty bathroom.
Public bathroom, what do you expect?
Typical of men's bathrooms. Ours are always
The university's bathroom even worse.
Acabo de terminar de hacer el baño y pues estaba todo normal, pero ahorita están ruidos raros y se está tocando la puerta, pero quiero que vean que pues no hay nada. Vean, ahí está mi reflejo, pero vean de este lado, pues aquí no hay nada. Vean, acá tampoco. Vean, aquí tampoco hay nada. Aquí pues tampoco, vean. Y acá el lugar es bastante pequeño y está mi reflejo. Pero a ver, uy. ¿Escucharon?
So bitch, try again.
¿Escucharon?
It's me, Dave. Open the door.
No hay nada.
As if it wasn't already startling to hear the banging noises, we see this, a face suddenly appearing in a stall that was clearly empty. It happens quickly, but not so fast that we miss it. Only do we realize what was seen until after it happens, or at least that's what happened with Axel. It was only after reviewing the footage that he noticed the face. Just like viewers, he was left terrified by what was caught behind the door. Like something out of a nightmare, a pale face with wide open eyes just disappears without a trace. Now Axel hasn't said much or given updates on this occurrence, but with or without further context, the video itself is still pretty terrifying.
That is a bona fide SYP right there. What? Now shit your pants.
Oh.
If he had seen that in the crack, he could have just continued to open the stall, turn around, and sit down, because he has just crapped himself. because I don't have an explanation for that. And I always say this in all our videos, it could be put in post. It could. But I don't think that the little man there did that. I don't think he may know how to do something like that, but if I started hearing banging in the bathroom and I'm in there alone and it's that nasty to begin with, I'm just going to leave. I don't know if I'm hanging out. Glad he didn't get to see that face, though, because he would have crapped all over himself. Because they ain't much scare me, but I think that right there would put a chill down my spine, and I would just have to turn around and walk the hell out of there.
Yeah, no, that face right there. Look, I got him again. This is the only video on this whole thing that gave me the chicken. And I got it. That's not okay.
In the following clip, a man is in his basement after having heard a strange noise.
Like I was saying earlier, most of the stuff does happen down here.
Now the man already knows that something isn't right with his basement, which is why he takes this video. Ever since moving in, both he and his family have been experiencing a plethora of inexplicable happenings. But luckily, this time, he was able to get something on camera. The year is 2017, and with only a few months living there, he can already sense that something strange is about to happen. He gets his phone and captures this.
They always get their phone.
And I mean, you can't really. There it is. That's freaky stuff right there, man. Yep, that's what you call it.
Yep.
I love the annoyance. They're just like, come on, man, I just put those up there.
Boy, here we go with the door now. Yeah,
Yeah, try something new.
so that door always swings wide open and it stays open. It doesn't ever close. Stay like that.
Well, go close it.
Oh, there you go. Let go of it.
Said, oh, you want me to close it? You didn't say that before.
Now, taking into account that this isn't something new to the man, this occurrence doesn't scare him, but he still finds it pretty baffling, and he finds it even more so when considering that the door that just opened is extremely heavy. According to him, he can barely open it himself despite being quite big. Now, with happenings like this, one can totally understand why he and his family have left this place. Although taken in 2017 and living somewhere else now, this footage continues to baffle him to this day.
Easily could have been faked. Easily could have
Or
been faked.
he's sick of it all and he's just annoyed that all of his friends are like, you crazy, that doesn't happen. Look, I'm gonna take a video, I'm gonna show you that this is happening all the time, and no, I didn't do this. This is crazy, and I'm not crazy. Because that's what I would do.
Alright, so he never walked down the hall. We saw the objects fall, we saw the door open.
Okay.
But he stood in place, which tells me that because there is a wall to the side there, easily someone could have been doing all of that without us ever seeing.
With what? How is he knocking stuff down? Taking a broom handle and going, hey, look, you can see.
No, you can't see all the way. Easily. I could sit there and knock that stuff down. And, a lot of these videos, they use so much fishing line. I mean, I've seen so many of those videos.
There's
opening
some that you
cabinets with
can
fishing
literally
line.
see the fishing line.
Right. I mean, there's so many faked like that. So, this is one of those that...
He sounds simply annoyed by it, though.
He does, and whatever. It's
And
just,
if he's been experiencing it for a long time, of course he's not going to be scared because he's used to it.
this is why I love Middle Easterners. Because the second that happens, they're gone. They're right there. Just, ain't nobody, they try to show you that jinn is for real. They found a jinn.
They want to see that, Jim.
Yeah, this kind of stuff here, yeah, he's annoyed. Oh, how dare they knock stuff out. To me, that would never be normal to me. For me to get annoyed. Because I'd be pissed. I'd be like, why is... I picked this crap up. I'm a clean person. I'm OCD. I don't want shit on the floor. And you're knocking stuff over. So now me and the ghost got a problem.
We got problems.
So we got issues as it is. So if this is real, I'm going to be mad at the ghost because I'm like, dude, I've had to pick this crap up 10 times and I'm sick of picking this crap up. But,
Pick up after yourself.
This just is one of those that
If the ghost started picking up after, I'm sorry.
it might be for sale, but I ain't buying it.
In this next video, a woman is standing outside her house during a rainstorm when she notices something highly unusual. The woman in this video is known as Amanda, and while standing on her patio, something close by catches her attention. In fact, she was left shaken up after getting a clear view of what she was seeing. Taking a closer look, she sees this.
Ghost Rider?
Please tell me y'all see this. Just watch. Watch straight out into that yard. Look, you see it? Look. And it happens again. Look. Look. See? Man, I'm telling you right now. Ignore my dogs. Man, I think it's time to move.
It's time to go.
Now, without much lighting, it might be hard to spot
outside.
what exactly was being seen, but with a few edits, it becomes apparent that something had appeared.
Dude.
It's as if someone or something dressed in white was in the distance. Not sure if she was just seeing things, Amanda shares this video online and immediately gets comments from those who say that they too see the white figure. But of course, let me know what you think. Is a figure seen as many believe, or might
He's
there be
gonna say
some
it's a glare
explanation
or
for this
something.
mysterious incident? Like most clips, this one has yet to be solved.
I just know what he's gonna say.
I don't know. It could be a stain on the window. I mean, there's nothing there that is even remotely enough for me to assume it's a ghost. Nothing. She might not have washed her window good. And
So
every
why
time
would
the
just
lightning
that
flash,
light-
every time the lightning flash, it highlights that spot on her window that didn't get wiped down good. I mean, there's a million things this could be. It could be the camera. It could be the lighting.
Or it could be a woman in white.
This ain't Japan.
So there's women in white here. There's the lore of the woman in white is not strictly for Japan.
Gotta call the ghost bouncers.
Okay, I'm Bobby Bottle Service, aka Bobby Bottle Service. I have a great desire to know the unknowable, to see the unseeable, to understand paralegal activity, aka ghosts.
And the ghost facers.
Ghost facers.
Gotta call them up, have them come out there and take care of that entity for you, or grab some Windex and clean your window and solve your problem. Nah, move along.
No.
Now this next video comes from Jalen Love, who although has no idea what was captured, is extremely unsettled by this footage. She claims that no one else had been in the house except her two sisters, who are seen on camera. They had just come back from somewhere at around 10 p.m. when the security camera inside their living room recorded the following. Now it's worth noting that this isn't the first time something scary had occurred. Only a few weeks prior to this incident, someone broke into their house. It's for this reason that they've set up cameras around their home in case it happens again. But this time, it appears that something else other than a burglar was captured. The two sisters enter inside, leaving the front door open for Jalen, who is still getting out of the car. As Jalen takes her time to come inside, this happens.
What?
Behind this door, a dark figure is seen.
It
It's
just
worth
froze
pointing
up
out that
like
no one
that?
is seen behind the door before it's open. Nothing apparent stands out until something eventually does. Whatever this is just stands there while seemingly hiding itself from the camera, or at least a part of it, as only partially do we see the figure. Seeing this, Jalen and her sisters were freaked out. They state that they wouldn't have seen this if it wasn't for what occurred later that night. According to them, they had heard strange noises coming from downstairs, which made them check their surveillance cameras. But while checking the footage from earlier that night, they see this, a dark silhouette that disappears in the blink of an eye. Like many, she now believes that something unexplainable was captured. But as always, I'll let you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera, or was something else captured? It's around 9 p.m. on a Friday night when two sisters are settling in for the evening. During this time, their mom had gone out to walk their dog as she does every night. But while both sisters are alone at home, something happens that leaves them extremely unsettled. Now, the mother in question, known as Isabel Katz, had sent me this video in the hopes that someone could explain her footage. She and her kids live in a house that might be haunted, according to her. Strange things often happen, and she doesn't know what to do. From a sliding cabinet door that is often found open after being closed shut, to mysterious noises heard at night, Isabel is certain that something unexplainable is happening. One night, while Isabel walks the family dog, her 2 children are alone at home when this is captured.
Big sister to the rescue.
They look awful young to be home alone.
It was after watching this video that their mother knew something paranormal had occurred. At first, one of her children sees something that terrifies them beyond belief. According to her, she had seen what looked like a tall figure standing inside the master bedroom. It wasn't exactly clear, as her daughter states, but she knew something was there, and her sister can attest to this, as she too had seen something tall inside the room. Following that, the sound of their cabinet door sliding open is heard on camera. Understandably, the whole family was freaked out, if not spooked, by this incident. Not much else is known about this clip, but Isabel hopes that someone could explain her footage, as she's not sure what to do or what was caught on camera.
That's a nice house.
I don't know.
I'd be getting out of there.
They looked awful young to be home alone. Because if that really was somebody, that ain't nothing those little girls gonna be able to do. They're little. If they were teenagers, sure. You know, leaving a teenager home alone, but they look like they were around 8 years old. Seems awful young to be left alone.
Yeah. Regardless, though.
I don't know what the noise was. We didn't see anything. So these are the types of videos that I really don't have an answer for, because there's nothing more than a sound.
Yeah.
And so there's not much for me to go on other than the little girls got spooked. They say they saw something in the bedroom. And we heard a sound. So I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But as always, get in the comments. Tell us what you think. Are these videos to you getting to the point where it's almost impossible to believe any of them? Because that's how it's been for me for...
It's just starting to get kind of redundant.
Yeah, and they're not...
monotonous.
They're not that good. I mean, it's like they're trying too hard to put out content these days. And some of these videos, they're just like, well, I got to get 10.
You remember when ghost video compilations used to be the scariest things you could watch?
I mean, I remember Ghost Hunters. I would watch Ghost Hunters for a freaking hour. Hell, I even watched like a 4-hour marathon when they were at the Stanley Hotel one time. And after 4 hours, they basically had a noise that they translated into Get Out or some stupid crap like that. But when you hear it, it's like, Get Out? Okay, you're reaching a little bit, but sure.
Hello? I heard that.
Jay and I were down the employee passageway, and we started hearing a voice. We heard a hello, like a female hello.
Hello?
Are you hearing the voices?
Yeah.
Just said hello, hello.
I know. I heard it.
Who are you?
Shh. There it is again.
But it took them 4 hours to find that stuff.
Weird.
I mean, there was nothing even on Ghost Hunters, and I never watched the douche and glasses.
The douchebag and glasses.
Ghost Adventures.
I never watched that one.
I did.
Because I just finally got...
Religiously.
I just got disappointed with, ghost hunters, because I love the idea of paranormal. I've had stuff happen to me that I don't have answers for, so that's one of the reasons I kind of gravitated towards watching these types of shows. And I really liked it when it started, because, Jason and Grant, the guys that started Ghost Hunters, they really cared about the people that they were trying to help. These people were scared. They thought they had a ghost, and they would go in and go, hey, it's your plumbing. You can hear the pipes banging. That's what you're hearing, They would try to make the people
and they would
feel
even
at ease.
fix some of the stuff that went wrong, you know, with their pipes or whatever, because they were plumbers.
Yeah, I mean, so they truly, and that's why I really liked that show. Is it was like they cared that these people were scared in their home, and that they could make them feel even a little bit more comfort living in their home. But by season 3, they're off going to some bar in Rhode Island and spending an hour of my time watching them so that they can have a glass fall off a shelf. It just kind of burned me. But when the internet started this YouTube phenomenon of these videos, there were a few of them I saw that were, they'd make the hair on my arm stand up. And I'm like, oh, cool. This is now people got cameras and we can see stuff. Everything's like a potato.
And it never changed. It was always potato.
And it's just gradually gotten to the point where
people are reaching and stretching.
They're stretching for content.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we watch so many of these too. It's kind of like we've become desensitized to it.
Well, she has. I've kind of been that way for a long time.
I've been that way.
And I'm one of those that I want to try to explain it, because I just don't believe in ghosts. It's hard for me to wrap my head around purgatory and sticking around and bothering people and opening cabinets, and none of that stuff really. There's more to it, and I wish I knew what it was.
Actually, past that, to the place where the possible and the impossible meet to become the possimpable.
Guys, put this as the end thing. Look at the shirt I got. Can you read it?
Paranormal investigator.
See? I'm official now. Anyways.
And there you have it. So again, like, share,
subscribe,
do the thing.
Do the thing.
And until the next time, guys, as always, come at me, bro.
The Brodown is over. Let's bro out.